know what's really cool with the road trip, which I sorted? I'm the one who got it all together because I'm the one who's got all the vibe to make these things happen. You're always in America, like, living it up. But the fact is, it's one of the things that I worry about most in my life at the moment is the Maggio and how he's getting on. And it's nice, man, we're going up to Stoke. Yeah, and plus now, Stoke, obviously, because my grandson's there. One of my favourite teams in the whole world. I love Stoke.
Yeah, I support that.
I love Stoke,
I follow them on Instagram.
I love Stoke, man. I love Stoke.
Did you ever think there'll be, 3 generations in some of us has played in the Barclays Premier League, and now there's a possible, another one?
You know something? I think about it all the time. Pressure of a granddad, a dad, an uncle, all playing in the Premier League. Dad, granddad won the Premier League, and now people are looking at him, seeing what's happening with him.
I'm more on the positive side of it. I've just told him the same thing you told me. Don't worry about the pressure. We are different players. You'll create your own paths, and it's the same thing I've told him.
One of the things that I think about all the time is the racism side of it. That worries me more than anything else with him, because I've had it, you've had it, and we've got a generation, so 3 generations, are we all gonna have it? We're like the devil and the saint on the shoulder. I'm the nervous, like worried guy because of, like, obviously my own journey, and you're the chilled guy because you're the chilled guy.
When I signed for Chelsea, and I was just walking there chilled, and you was excited and singing.
Can't believe it.
You turned around and looked at me and said, "Are you happy?"
I thought someone just nicked your wallet. Just signed for Chelsea. It was like ridiculous.
Yeah.
£21 million when that was a whole heap of money, and you was just like normal. It's like when you got into the England squad, I was more excited than you was. I was crying. Obviously, you saw me in the stand when you scored in that, which was easy one of the greatest moments of my life, because all I could imagine was when you used to play football in the front room when we was really small. And then I remember when the game finished and I came to see you and I was hugging you and doing all the and you was going, "Get off, man, what's wrong with you? Get off." Okay, we're here, bro.
Wow, man.
This is
nice, isn't it?
Yeah, man. I love coming to training grounds.
It looks so good, though.
I love training grounds, man. I'm gonna say so. I'm gonna act like I'm really cool and that, like I'm not excited. I love training grounds.
Let's get out. Go there. Let's go.
All right. Look at cool man.
You're not the cool one.
Say I'm the cool one.
No, you're not.
The difference with him, Shaun, is that, remember, when I was watching you, you lot weren't in a professional state of mind. He's been training with, like, top players since he was 9.
Crossing drills. I didn't mind them, but, sometimes I just wanted to be in there, like, scoring the goals as well.
Decent ball. Yeah, let me get it.
Bang, bang. Ooh. Did that? He's got to
just put it in. Great ball. Great ball.
Look, go.
Go.
Go, don't pass now. Left foot, here it is.
Left foot.
Left foot. No power though.
Yeah, but he didn't even think anything to shoot with it.
Yeah, I do agree, but he was giving it.
No,
you would have chipped it.
No,
there, wouldn't
you know what? I'm not even bothered about the chipping or anything. The main thing is that he never even thought about it. Bam, didn't hesitate. You go and do your stuff. We're gonna get a hot chocolate or something. Cool. Was that a good session? You look sharp, bro. Did you like it?
I told you my left foot.
I knew that was coming.
I kept trying to get it through his leg and it wasn't going.
Taking long to shoot.
Across the face of the
goal.
I know, that's what I tried, but when you got up,
yeah.
you got to dig it out, innit? This is hard.
You do your stuff, man, and we go to the caf. So we got a quick tea or something. You want hot chocolate or something?
I'm having hot chocolate.
You want a little baby chino or something?
Baby chino.
Like baby chino and stuff like that. So we can do that now. Come.
Yeah.
What's it?
Hi guys, what can I get for you today?
Can we have hot chocolates, please?
Of course.
Free hot chocolates.
Thank you.
What's happening? How's it going, bro?
Tough.
Is it tough?
Yeah.
What's tough?
Transition from City to Stoke, innit?
It's easy though, isn't it?
At City, they would tell you. Oh, man. Thank you.
Come on.
Thank you.
The pre-season looked good, man. When you FaceTime me, you lot looked happy, man. You scored, didn't it?
Yeah.
Was it good being with the first team?
Yeah, it was good, man. It was good. But, you know, just coming back into normal training with the 23s, it deflated me a little bit. But all the season, it was a good season overall.
Frustration.
Yeah, just frustration of, you know, bouncing with the first team to bouncing back 23s.
But that's a big move, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a massive move. But like for me, I wouldn't say an experience on that level that early. But when I was at Forest, like I was doing paper round to get up there. Then went for last trial. They said they was happy. I was with your nan, my mum, and on the way back, they just turned around after saying, yeah, they're going to give me the contract. On the train down, they turned around and said, sorry, we've kind of changed our mind. You're basically too small, not good enough.
Wow.
A few years later, the managers changed at City. It was Steve Wigley.
Yes.
Yeah, and he was part of the Heart
Forest.
Syndicate that released me. So all through training, Robbie Fowler and Steve McManaman would run past him and be like, bet you're devastated now, right? So there is always, for me, a time that it comes back around and your football does all the talking.
Are you scoring in training? Because if you're not scoring in training, all of a sudden it doesn't just happen.
I'm the best player in training.
Seriously?
I'm scoring in training.
See, I'll take that confidence.
Yeah, you got your granddad's confidence. It's weird actually because obviously I idolised you. You're my dad. And I saw what you done on the big stage, this type of finishes. Couldn't match the celebrations though. But in my position, I think Paul Merson always like stood out for me because I used to watch Arsenal. He could just cross the ball with his left foot from literally anywhere on the pitch.
You know, it's for me, obviously Cyril Regis, it was a time more about visual representation, seeing somebody that looked like you and come from the same kind of area there. Him, Laurie Cunningham, obviously David Rocastle. Because again, people underestimate the amount of skill that David had, not just because he came off of our estate and stuff like that, and we knew him and he was my friend, but like he was an unbelievable player. Seeing black players playing at the highest level.
Out to Cunningham. Booing of the black players.
Before you saw them, man, you're thinking this isn't going to be possible. Yeah. Where we was growing up around Brooklyn, like, all the guys who were very good players, they didn't make it because they didn't have no one to look up to, no one to see doing it. Yeah. So by the time Cyril and Laurie and them lot came along, you could actually see someone in the first division playing against the top players. And I remember there was a game in particular at Manchester United where West Brom played Man United and beat them something like 5-3.
On for Regis. Oh, what a goal!
And Cyril Regis, seeing him score that goal made you think, wow. You know what I mean? I could do that goal. What about goals? What about your goal? What's the favourite goal?
I think the one at Highbury, where I think Joey Barton...
Can I just say before you go on, it was so amazing being in there. You pick the ball up, and when the shot went in and I jumped up...
Shaun Wright-Phillips!
It was the kind of feeling...
How about that at Highbury?
That I can't really explain.
It was weird because
Wright-Phillips.
we've been to Highbury so many times
know,
and got destroyed. And I always had to look you in the face. Do you know what I mean? So to score a goal, like I remember, touch to the side just at the angle I like and just hit it as perfect as I could, and it just went in. I was like, in my head, I was like, yes, Dad, have that. And then sort of thing. So it had so much like family connections, emotion ties. It just meant the world to score against them.
Get you anything else?
No, that's fine, thanks. Yeah, cheers. Thank you very much. Cheers. Here you go. Thanks a lot. Remember DiMaggio's goal, that one he scored against Arsenal again? My grandson scored against Arsenal. I kind of almost welled up a bit. And then you know what, kind of like when I saw it, I welled up because I started to feel, oh my gosh, it's happening again. And then he done this celebration. And remember when I phoned you, I said, what are you doing? Just spin round, jump up, somersault.
My celebration was a lot better than your previous celebrations.
Yeah, but Dimaj, you know, my celebrations didn't have the capability of like breaking my back, you know, and fall on my neck.
I remember this one.
Yeah, that was the one against City.
Do you remember your chip against Leeds?
The Leeds, I remember the Leeds one, yeah. That's the thing, catching the goalkeeper off guard. Dave Seaman used to always say, the goalkeeper is looking to see when you look so as he can set himself. But if you don't look, he's waiting for it. So when you do it, it catches him, and that's what happened with that goal.
See, and that's the thing I love about Thierry's goal against Man United. The one where he chips it up on a swivel, hits it on the volley. I think for me, in the Premier League, that's possibly one of the best goals to today.
Oh, what a goal! Thierry Henry! Absolutely magnificent, world-class strike by Thierry Henry!
Were you vexed that he broke your record?
See, that's the exuberance. See, look how feisty my grandson is.
He definitely was that.
But the thing is, you're not vexed.
Yeah.
You're not vexed, you know what I mean? Because all of a sudden it's going to go, but then you have to look at the caliber of person that's taking it. And remember where I came from to get there. Didn't even expect to play for Arsenal, to then break the record at Arsenal. It was amazing. So when Thierry came along, you know what I mean, and you watched him and you watched the way he started to operate in that league, that record was under threat. Yeah. If you're going to come in second, then he's not bad. You know, he'd probably go down as one of the greatest players in the Premier League. So I could take that, D. You know, sometimes you just have to say, you know what, I'll hold that one. Yeah. You know something? I got to mention Shearer, man, because he's my guy and he's a top man. He's a top goal scorer. But he played against Villa at St James's Park, and the ball came from way over that side, and he was kind of like on the edge of the 6-yard box over here, and Schmeichel was in goal for Villa, and he side-footed it on the volley back over into the top corner.
I can't remember that.
It's see the thing with Shearer,
hard technique.
Unbelievable technique. The thing with Shearer, people think that he's just a hot shot aim, it's just blasting everything. When he scored that, I remember when he scored that one, I remember saying to him, Al, that's my favourite goal I've ever seen you score. Who's the players that you say, yeah, that's the guy in my position, that's the guy I want to look like?
Probably people like Hazard, Sterling.
Mm. Sterling scores goals.
Yeah, he scores goals, the ones that matter as well, to be honest. But he's done phenomenal for the past 3-4 years in his position, and that's what I can kind of relate to him. On and off the pitch, he's such a nice guy and genuine, and he's always working hard, and that's what kind of drove me that way.
Did you train with him?
Yeah, I trained with him a couple of times, and I learnt a few things off him and stuff like that. That's why my left foot's better.
Especially with someone like Raheem and what he done, he literally changed the way people think about how you have to write about even black players and that.
Yeah. Definitely.
Massive, massive change, you know, in what he done, Marcus Rashford and what he's done.
They've done so much for, in a way, that the black players, because of I wouldn't say abuse, but the stick they've got away from the game, which in some ways, in a lot of ways, they don't deserve. But the maturity they've showed for like players in your year and younger is that just keep pushing and keep working hard and try and block it out. But with social media presence, it's so hard. And as your granddad would tell you, it's one of the things we're obviously going to be worried about for you growing up.
What the guys like in the dressing room now?
They're more aware of it, should I say. The
white players?
Yeah, they're more aware of it. Like, they still know it's going on, but if it did happen in a game, they'll come support us. Or if I wanted to walk off the pitch, they would follow me. Or obviously, if I wanted to carry on, they would support me during the game, just depending on how the person is feeling.
And that was the thing back in that day. Could you imagine us two, for England or club, if we felt like that racial abuse made us feel like we should walk off the pitch?
Wow.
The backlash we would have got for walking off the pitch.
You're almost brainwashed as a black player when people say, oh, don't walk off the pitch because then you make them, then they've won. Yeah. But like, to a certain extent, they're right. But what should have been happening is that everybody should be walking off in unison. Yeah. So Shaun, have you ever thought how you'd feel if it happens to DiMaggio? Because like I say, in 2004, you know, sitting at home watching the game, hearing that you and Ashley, especially obviously you getting racial abuse, it makes you very sad. Have you ever thought what it'd be like if that happened to DiMaggio?
I don't want him to go through what you went through or I went through. I know there's platforms that make it possible that it will happen to him, but I'm hoping by the time he comes through, that side of things has changed?
I saw two things really that stand out. Stevie Gerrard's, the way he protected his player when he was racially abused was amazing. People like him, Ben Mee. Ben Mee, he saw what was going on and he said, I want to do an interview after this game. And to his press officer, he came out and said he wanted to do it and he spoke. He spoke amazingly. And it was one of those things, again, that because it's so few and far between, it makes you well up because then you can see allies, Kevin De Bruyne, James Ward-Prowse, Jordan Henderson. The progress is being made because we're starting to hear from prominent people. And from my time to this time, you can feel the joy. There's joy. There's joy coming. I can feel it. You know what I mean?
How old do you feel right now when we're speaking to your grandson about possibly playing in the Premier League?
Old.
You know something? What are you saying old for? To be honest, you don't feel old and stuff. You just feel, it feels amazing, bro, because like...
It's a legacy, isn't it, really?
Bro, that's the thing, that's what I'm saying. Man's got to stop doing this stupid celebration because if he does this celebration and twists his ankle when he lands, you know what I mean? What's the wasted?
You're his granddad, tell him.
How many more times I phoned him up? Phoned him up. I said, you're going to stop that? He said, yeah, I want people to see me, on a stretcher. Listen, score the goals. Just please help me with that celebration.
Yeah, I will do next time, man.
We got to chip, bro. We got to get back. I love Stoke, but it's time to chip, man.
Well, Granddad, Dad, thanks for coming to see me.
It's a pleasure, man. Just give us the call. We're up here.
Yeah, of course.
Straight away.
We're ready to rock and roll. Mm-hmm. You get the bill because...
Oh, Bill.
Yeah,
well, it's between you two.
Yeah.